Oh! Put a little Jon Snow on top. I got my new Peace Among Worlds Rick collectible. You can take Jon Snow's spot. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Craig here from Video Juice, and we're back with another Game of Thrones reaction, episode 3 this time. Last time on Game of Thrones, we had a crazy episode. Hot Pie came back into it. Arya's going north, although she might change her mind after seeing Nymeria. Nymeria came back to the show after 6 seasons, more or less. What else happened? Euron fucking killed 2 of the Sand Snakes, kept 1, kept... What was her name? Ellaria? The mother of the Sand Snakes. I think her name is Ellaria. She has hers. That's obviously the gift she's going to give Cersei. And Theon reverted to Reek and jumped overboard, and Yara is now captured by Euron. I mean, I would say that Euron is going to... Or that Theon is going to redeem himself down the line. That's why they kept Yara alive. But I don't know if... I don't know. I think Reek is always going to be a part of him. I hope he gets a little bit of redemption, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I see it. Dany has summoned Jon Snow. Very, very exciting. Jorah is getting healed by Sam, that was a very pus-filled scene. It was graphic. It was a very good episode. I loved every minute of it. This episode should be, I mean, every episode. I mean, this is basically the halfway mark. I mean, we're just there. Like, next episode is going to be the 4th last episode. It's not enough. So I don't really have any predictions for this episode. I mean, it's probably, I hope we get some sort of a mini time jump and we get to see Jon meeting up with I was about to say Cersei, meeting up with Dany this episode. They have done it in the past, like with Varys teleporting all over the place last season. That was just time jumps. Hopefully they do that this episode, because I want to see Dany and Jon meet. Plus, I think they kind of need to, like remember in season 1, like when they were going to like King's Landing and everything, it took so long because they had to show the distance and all that. But after that's been established, they don't really need to. They need to move stories, so they can do these little time jumps. I'm all for the time jump. I wanted Jon and Dany meeting. I'm trying to get a Q&A going. We did get a question this week. Basically, if you have any questions or just want to say something that you want to be included in the video, you can tweet hashtag GOTQA on Twitter, or on the it'll be in the description of this as well, but have a forum post that you can put questions in as well, and they can be read out at the start, and I can answer. And we did get one from Lopezian. I hope I said that right. This was on the forum. They said, seeing Euron during the final scene reminded me of the tales we've heard of Robert Baratheon versus Rhaegar Targaryen at the Ruby Ford. I realised that these 2 final seasons will contain the battles that will become legendary in the legacy of the remaining players of the Game of Thrones, with players such as Jon, Tormund, Brienne, the Hound, the Mountain, Euron, Grey Worm, and I'm sure a few others that I can't recall. Who do you think will have one of these legendary fights? Who do you anticipate seeing face off the most, or even a particular battle? I'd like to see Tarly's highly praised tactical abilities in play. It's a really great question, and honestly, I'd like to see a White Walker fight. We got a little taste of it during Hardhome. I want to see a full-on battle with the White Walkers, the Whites, and whatever human army Jon can muster up. I mean, a Night King versus Jon battle would be crazy. And Night King versus Jon battle, yeah, but like, how much experience does the Night King have? We haven't really properly seen him fight yet. And honestly, any fight with Jon, for me, Jon has been consistently the most exciting in terms of what fights he's been in, and is probably the most well-choreographed fights in the show, and probably the most well shot. I mean, like, you had the Watchers on the Wall, which had some great long shots and some great choreography with Jon versus the 10, and then we had Hardhome, Battle of the Bastards. You know, yeah, probably that for me. Just because that's the big climactic battle. And obviously we're going to get a lot in between. I mean, the Hound is a very entertaining person to watch fight as well. The Hound v Jon would be interesting. And Brienne is decent as well, you know. But just for me, I just love seeing Jon fight. He's been consistently the best for me at the moment anyway, or the most exciting to watch. I'd like to see a Jon v the Night King. That'd be good. And anyone else, any viewers that want to let us know, and want to answer the question as well, you can let us know in the comments below. What particular battle or fight are you looking forward to the most? Are you anticipating the most? Thank you very much for the question. So yeah, it's going to jump in, check it out and see what it's like. Very excited. Let's do this. Are we going to start off with the meeting? Oh, please. Oh, and we get a Tyrion and Jon reunion again. We get a Jon and Tyrion reunion.
Bastard of Winterfell.
Oh my god.
The dwarf of Casterly Rock. Stark men don't fare well when they travel south. True. But I'm not a Stark.
Very true. Also very true. Oh, it's his first time seeing one.
Either you get used to them, but you never really do.
That look of amazement on Jon's face.
This is Jon Snow. He's king in the north.
Oh man, I love Davos.
Thank you for travelling so far, my lord. My lord, you're here to bend the knee.
I am not.
No. Well, that is unfortunate.
Oh,
You've travelled all this way to break faith with House Targaryen? I ask you forgiveness for the crimes he committed against your family. And I ask you not to judge a daughter by the sins of her father. Our two houses
that's nice.
were allies for centuries. And those were the best centuries the Seven Kingdoms have ever known.
The army of the dead. You don't know me well, my lord, but do you think I'm a liar or a madman? No, I don't think you're either of those things.
It's a hard pitch.
The army of the dead is real.
It's a hard
The Night
pitch.
Walkers are real. The Night King is real. I've seen them.
Oh,
I was born at Dragonstone.
she's not gonna believe him.
Not that I can remember it. Not in myths and legends. In myself. In Daenerys Targaryen.
Oh, that was a good speech.
The world hadn't seen a dragon in centuries until my children were born.
She brought 3.
The Dothraki hadn't crossed the sea. Any sea. They did for me.
You were the first to bring Dothraki to Westeros. He is the first to make allies of wildlings and Northmen. He was named Lord Commander of the Night's Watch. He was named King of the North. Not because of his birthright. He has no birthright. He's a damn bastard. All those hard sons of bitches chose him as their leader.
Oh man, there's a lot of really good comparisons between
Because
them.
they believe in him. He risked his life for his people. He took a knife in the heart for his people. He gave his own...
Oh, tighten them lips there, Davos.
If we don't put aside our enmities and band together, we will die.
Am I your prisoner?
Not yet.
Oh. Shit, that was that was an incredible back and forth, but we all know which way we wanted it to go. I knew it wasn't going to go that way. I knew it was never going to happen.
Dornish allies were attacked en route to Dorne.
And
Oh, they got
3 ships escaped.
They got
The
word.
rest sunk or captured.
those are some nice gifts, I have to say. If you're Cersei, those are some nice gifts. Fucking Euron. Jamie's like, damn, he works fast.
Please accept this gift on behalf of all of your loyal
Is he just gonna
subjects
keep
of
Yara?
the Iron Islands.
I give you what no other man could give.
Oh, still with the sly digs. I hope Jamie kills
Justice
Euron.
for your murdered daughter.
That'd be interesting. Oh, she is happy.
You shall have what your heart desires when the war is won.
Just dangling it in front of him.
With your own
all her-
commanding our naval forces.
All our jewelry shit is cool.
Leading our armies.
If you have any advice at all, I would love to hear it. When we have an hour to speak as brothers. Advice?
Oh, and his sister.
Make it gentle or rough. A finger in the bum. Not now. We'll talk later.
Oh man. Euron's got some balls, I tell you.
No, it's just all right.
Oh, kill her the same way. Oh,
Qyburn is the cleverest man I know.
that's smart.
But death is certain.
Oh, yes. Quite so.
Oh, she's just gonna leave her there to watch it all.
Your daughter will die here in this cell. And you'll be here watching what she does. To watch that beautiful face collapse to bone and dust. All the while contemplating the choices you've made.
That is dark.
Make sure the guards change the torches every few hours. I don't want her to miss a thing.
I came down here to brood over my failure to predict the Greyjoy attack. You're making it difficult. You look a lot better brooding than I do. You make me feel like I'm failing at brooding over failing. I'm a prisoner on this island.
Dragon glass.
Yes, volcanic glass. Obsidian. Says you have a tremendous amount of it here.
Why are we talking about glass? We just lost 2 of our allies.
Which is why I was speaking to Jon Snow, a potential ally.
Give him the dragon glass, let him go.
King in the North want with dragon
Good
glass?
fate type thing.
Apparently, it can be turned into weapons that kill White Walkers and their foot soldiers. Or stop them. Destroy them. Unsure about the nomenclature.
Which wise man said this?
I don't remember.
Are you trying to present your own statements as ancient wisdom?
I would never do that. You.
I will allow you to mine the dragon glass and forge weapons from it.
Yes!
Any resources or men you need, I will provide for you.
Thank you.
Yes!
Lady Sansa, at the gate.
Oh, is it Arya? Did she actually go? I thought Nymeria might have changed her around. Oh, it's Bran!
Hello, Sansa.
Holy shit! That must have hurt.
The infection no longer appears to be active. Unusual. Unlikely. One could almost be forgiven for...
Don't know anything about that. I just started feeling better. I assumed it was the rest that did it. And the climate.
I mean, come on.
Climate.
He's not stupid. Oh, that was cool. Can't believe it worked. I honestly did not expect it. Whether it will hold now or not
Yes.
is another story.
He built Casterly Rock as we know it. But he didn't build the sewers.
Yes, I knew it!
That was beneath him. So he gave the job to the lowest person he could find. So I threw in something for myself.
Ho ho.
It was a passage. Give me 10 good men, and I'll impregnate the bitch. The Unsullied will be fighting for something greater.
Hell yeah, they will.
Be fighting for freedom, and the person who gave it to them. They will be fighting for you. That is why they will triumph.
Oh! Oh! That was cool. You're on. Fuck! Lady Olenna? It is, isn't it? Shit, that's where she's gonna get her fortune back.
That was Joffrey's sword, wasn't it? Not that he ever used it. What did he call it?
Widow's Wail.
He really was a cunt, wasn't he? I did gone beyond your control.
Yes.
No.
It has.
No.
She's a disease.
Yes.
My role in spreading it.
Yes.
You will too.
I think we're done here.
I don't even care about the pen.
Will there be pain?
No, I made sure of that.
That's good.
No.
I'd hate to die like your son. Clawing at my neck, foam and bile spilling from my mouth.
She's gonna tell him.
His blood red, skin purple. Must have been horrible for you. As a king's guard.
Oh.
As a father.
One final.
Horrible enough for me. A shocking scene.
One final fuck you.
Not at all what I intended.
Oh.
You see, I'd never seen the poison work before.
After he was compassionate with her.
I wanted to know it was me.
Oh my god. That was such a great scene. No! I did not want that episode to end. It's not a great episode. They are knocking it out of the park this year. R.I.P. Olenna. She was a great character. That last scene between her and Jaime was fucking incredible. I mean, just the way it had, like, I had forgotten. I didn't forget. I just never thought about it. About the fact that Jaime and Cersei never found out who actually killed Joffrey. Cersei obviously still blames like Tyrion and Sansa. I would say I don't really know where Jaime fell on it. So having her after Jaime being so merciful and allowing her to die in a painless way, having her just throw it back in his face and say, "I'm basically the one that killed Joffrey." It was so good. I wonder how Cersei is going to react. That's if Jaime even tells her. Jaime doesn't have to tell her, because that could fuck with her head even more. I mean, she is not mentally healthy at the moment, so I don't know if Jaime would do that. I hope he does, because I do want Cersei to know. I love that Jaime did what Robb did back in season 1 to capture him. He did that to Dany here. It was a really good callback. I said it in the last 2 episodes, and I'll say it again. That's one of the most exciting things about this season for me, is seeing all this stuff come back, stuff that was there and planted early. Like, it's been happening non-stop in the first 3 episodes, and it's been done well. So I'm really enjoying all that. There was a lot that happened this episode again. Jorah got saved, which was cool. I wonder if it'll stick. I don't know if it's possible to revert back to it being active again. It said it was inactive, so I don't know. I hope not. I can't really see this being the end of it though. Otherwise, what was the point? Unless the point was just to have Sam and Jorah meet for something that's going to happen later on down the line. But otherwise, I don't really see what, from a story perspective, what the point of this was, because he got grayscale last season. He went through all the stuff with Tyrion and all that to get the grayscale while he had the grayscale. That got Tyrion over to Dany. But then he was exiled, and then Dany was like, "No, cure yourself, come back to me. That's an order." And then it's done in like 2 episodes. So there's obviously something going to happen. At the moment, it could be just a way of him and Sam meeting, and that might come back down the line. I'm just happy I'm happy he is cured for now, at least. It'll allow him to go back to Dany. I like Jorah. I want more Jorah. The stuff in Winterfell, excuse me, the stuff in Winterfell was really good as well this week. We got a fucking dirty little fake out with Bran coming to the gate. I thought it was Arya. I think we all thought it was Arya after how she left last episode. It makes sense that they would do a fake out, especially with her seeing Nymeria again. And that line's meaning that she was so different and that Nymeria is so different. I know I missed it last season. I did find out afterwards that it was a callback to her season 1 line when she was talking to Ned saying, "That's not me," about being like princess and all that. So that was cool. I like that. It was a nice little throwback. She still might not go to Winterfell. I hope that she does. What I was thinking, what would be interesting is if she could already be in Winterfell, but she could just be using her a mask and be disguised as someone else. Because if you were Arya, I mean, I know Hot Pie told her and all that, and it got her around, but she would still need to proceed with caution, you know, and verify it for herself before she completely goes in. So it'd be interesting if she actually is in Winterfell at the moment, and she's just disguised as someone. But it's probably very unlikely, because she would want, if she saw Sansa there in control, she would just go to her. So she's probably not. She's probably still traveling there, or if she's not and she changed her mind and the Nymeria thing kind of turned her away from going there. Bran seems very different since he's become the Three-Eyed Raven. He seems very emotionless, which was interesting. I didn't expect that. I loved their reunion. Bran has never been the biggest character on the show, but they haven't seen each other since season 1. I can't even remember. So the reunion was handled well. It was done well. I've said it before, like the reunion that I'm waiting for more than anything is Jon and Arya, just because they were so close in the early season. In season 1, and he gave her needle, you know. So that's the reunion I'm looking forward to. Arya and Sansa I'm looking forward to as well, just because they were they're so different. I mean, they're all so different, but especially Arya and Sansa, they are completely different people than what they were in season 1, and the fact that they used to butt heads and all that, as siblings do. But their reunion is one I'm really looking forward to as well. This one was good. The Bran one was good. It's just him being emotionless and all that was a bit of a shock. I loved Littlefinger's speech about him, like, thinking of every outcome and thinking of every possible thing that could happen, so that he's never surprised. That was really, really cool. And it was interesting that the scene transitioned from that over to Bran, who literally can see everything. I thought that was a nice little thing. I don't like how close Littlefinger is getting to Sansa. Like, the minute Jon is gone, he's just glued to her, next to her in every fucking scene, except for when she was with Bran. I don't like that. I expected, going into this episode, I expected a little bit of Jon and Dany. I thought they would probably throw it at the end of the episode or at the start of the episode. But I don't even know how long it was, but that first scene was very long. We got a lot of Jon and Dany. It was a great scene. It was done very well. I liked all the back and forth, and I liked Davos. Davos was great in it as well. I loved Jon's, like, his face when the dragon flew overhead. He was just fucking amazed. He was like, that was great. And Jon has permission to get dragonglass. That was brilliant. Going to mine it and bring it back. Like, it's going to be a massive help. Dany's going to need help now, though. Like, the Tyrells are gone now, and Cersei has all of the. She obviously hit them to take him away from Dany, but obviously to get the gold and get their fortune and give it back to the banks to pay off their debts. She's tactical, Cersei. She is very tactical, more than I thought she would be. I mean, she's off to a very good start in this, like, battle with Dany. Fucking Euron then at the end, yeah, with blown up by the Unsullied stuff. No. Dany is not off to a good start. You know what I mean? She lost the battle with Euron. She lost the Sand Snakes and the Greyjoys. I know Theon is still alive, but I mean, it's Reek. And now she's after losing The Tyrells. It's crazy. And this is the first time we've seen Casterly and Highgarden. It's the first time we've seen Casterly Rock and Highgarden on the show. So that was cool. I did know about Tyrion's sewer thing from the books. So it was really interesting that they brought it into the show. I knew as soon as they were doing it, I was like, when Tyrion was detailing the plan, I was like, oh my god, they're actually just attacking it head on. And then he started like sidelining to the sewer thing. That was cool. It was a nice little inclusion from the books. Jon and Tyrion's interactions were cool. That was another reunion that I was waiting for a long time, just because they hit it off so much in the earlier seasons, and their back and forth was really good and funny. And it didn't disappoint. I mean, it was great seeing them back together again, and especially after everything they've been through. Like, they both went on like very different paths, and like where they ended up is just crazy when you consider everything they went through. And I just love seeing them talking and interacting again, and like doing the few callbacks to their previous interactions. It was cool. So I don't have a whole lot more. We will be doing another Q&A for the next episode. So if you have any questions about this episode or just opinions and you want them featured in the next video that I will be calling out in the recap of the next reaction, you can tweet at us, #GOTQA, or you can leave, there will be a link down below in the description. You can leave a comment on the new forum thread that I will be putting up for the questions. Thank you very much for watching. We will be back next week for another reaction to Game of Thrones. We'll have some other reactions and gaming videos on the channel during the week as well. You can like, comment, and subscribe if you liked the video. If you didn't, it is all good. We have some social media links and a website address down below in the description if you want to check them out as well. We have a Discord community channel that we chat about games, TV shows, and movies and everything as well if you want to check that out. The address is on the website. This is the pen again. That's number 5, and we'll end it at that. Thank you very much again. We'll see you next time. Later.